Alright, so hey, this is Princess with PuckDepression, right? So I remember like when I was 21, I went to London, right? So, okay. So I got my passport through this one African guy that wanted to, he was going to try to use me, right? He was like, he's going to buy me the passport, but for me to put his address on there because see, he was going to use the passport to bring his wife to America, right? So I'm like, cool, whatever. But I already knew the game, so I knew he was trying to play me because when I got back in the car, he was gonna give me the money for doing it. But I'm just game on game. If I don't get the money first, I already know it's gonna be some rubbish. You understand? So boom, I put my address on there. All right, so I get in the car. He like, shit, when it's coming. I just shot him some finesse. So long story short, I had met this guy online that lived in London. Now, I had never been to London. I'm turning 21. It was the perfect time, and I had a lot of other stuff going on. Boom. So I had another guy here from Africa. Now, the guy that I was going to London to see was African, too. I like Africans. Don't judge me. Judge your mama. Okay? And so I had a guy here named Bappa, right? He spoke Arabic fluently. So he's like a scholar in Islam, right? I was Muslim at the time. So the guy that I went to London to see, he thought that he was getting like a pious Muslim because he met me on a Muslim website. I wore the hijab. I was garbed up, you understand? But I was a finesser. And so he had sent some money here. He thought that we had got married over the phone because in Islam and in some Western countries like West Africa that I'm familiar with, you can get married over the phone, you understand, because it's more so of a verbal contract. So he thought we got married over the phone, boom. Not knowing that the dude that was supposed to do the ceremony was just some dude I knew that was a trick of mine from in the past, but he speak Arabic. He's good with Quran, respectfully, you understand. So boom. So then that happened. Now I originally was not gonna go to London. He sent me the ticket money. I spent it. I was gonna flex him. But my best friend at the time, that was like my daddy, had got jammed up and went to jail. That's a different story. So I ended up going to London that November. And I had a boyfriend here in the States, right? But we was rocky. It was a lot of other stuff going on. I'm gonna tell that story too. So boom, so by the time I get to London, I'm like, I gotta smoke a cigarette. He like, smoke a cigarette. Baby, when I tell you I took that hijab off, I was smoking a cigarette in this man's room. You talking about disrespectful. I didn't even think about it, bro. I didn't even think that it was disrespectful. I didn't even think. I didn't think. Mind you, I'm over here in London. I didn't have a phone. I didn't have no real money outside the money he had given me to come with. Like, just young and dumb. My 2 + 2 = 4. You understand? I was living and wilding. And so, boom. So I get over there, and then after the cigarette incident, I'm like, hey, I need to use your cell phone. I need to call my boyfriend. I'm missing my boyfriend. Mind you, he think we married. So he like, boyfriend? Yeah, like, I need to call him. And so, like, the next day he came, he let me call him, too. I sure did call him. I was missing him. And the next day he came to home with me a cell phone for me to keep in contact with my boyfriend when I was over there. And the guy, he was very nice to me the whole time there. He's very nice. He was very respectful. I was rude. I didn't have sex with him. I was fighting the man, and he still bought me whatever I wanted. He still bought it. We went to the Sunday market. He did not care. And then it got to a point to where, like, I'm ready to go home. Like, I was only there for, like, not even a whole month. But I was missing my boyfriend. I'm like, I gotta go home. So that man, he bought me a whole new ticket from London to America. He didn't even have the money. I'm so trippy, not even realizing, like, the man, I don't even know how he was getting the money, bro, but he didn't even have the money. He was just, pinching, putting it together for me. Came back to America. I had lost my mind. So to me, he rooted me. Meaning voodoo, black magic. He put something on me. Or the universe got me back. Because when I came to America, back to America from London, I was scared of my own shadow. I was scared to be alone. I was feeling stuff crawling in my legs. I had the worst case. I'm talking about a depression that I don't even know where it came from, my boy. I went from 170 pounds to 300 and something overnight. They put me on Seroquel. They put me on Trazodone. They put me on Zoloft. They put me on Prozac. They put me on Amium. They put me on Clonidine. They put me on Geodine. They put me on, man, They put me on Adderall. They put me on so many different medications. No medication was helping me. Do you know why? Because I learned that it was a spirit that somebody put on me. It was a spirit that got in me. Before I went to London, I was a stripper. I was outside. I loved being seen. How do I come back and I'm scared of my shadow? I'm scared of everything in the world. But he got me because I deserved it. You can't never do something wrong to somebody and think they're not going to get you back. Just because they physically don't get you back does not mean that of the spiritual world they won't get you back or you won't get got back. And that's where people make so many mistakes. And hey, I'm going to do this and such and such. I got away with this. You ain't got away with nothing, baby. I promise you. You ain't got away with nothing. Checkmate.